Utah Mammoth fans? Tusks up and welcome into another Utah Mammoth Daily. So, I wanted to dive into this question that I've been asking myself for a while. What's Utah's identity line? You know, every team has that one line or pairing that just screams who they are. For the Mammoth, who is it? Is it the grinders like, Jack McBain and Liam O'Brien, Spicy Tuna? Is it the skill guys like your Clayton Keller, Logan Cooley, Dylan Gunther? So let's talk about which unit I think truly defines this team right now, and it's got to be that front line of Logan Cooley, Dylan Gunther, and Clayton Keller. Who knows if J.J. Peterka will break into that line, but that's the top line that Utah has right now, and they have really good chemistry too. They were the top scoring line for the team last year. Obviously, those are the three top scorers for the team. But when you watch them play, there's just a link between all three guys. They know where each other are on the ice at all times, and they are able to move the puck around with stunning speed and being able to get onto the rush at just really well. Logan Cooley, he needs to get a little bit bigger, but that's going to come with age to be able to fight down low a little bit better. But overall, I think that line is the identity for now. Obviously, we're in year two, so there's really nothing to say about as far as going to like the identity of the line goes. But I'm thinking it's Kells, Cooley, and Gunner. All three of them really fun to watch play. But obviously, let me know if you think differently, because as a fan base, we gotta band together to find who that line is. And with Logan Cooley's contract coming up here soon, maybe we'll get an extension done. All signs point to yes. That could be the line of the future. But as far as like more identity stuff goes, does 4,000 feet really make a difference? Obviously, we have 1 year of Utah hockey, and the home record wasn't stellar. It was solid, but it wasn't stellar. And so I went and I looked at what is the home points percentage for the league, the average for the league. And for the past 3 years, so from 2021, so post-pandemic into last season, losing my headset there, the points percentage at home has been .585, basically. So that's really what the home point percentage across the league is. And then I went to the Colorado Avalanche for that stat as well, just because Utah doesn't have enough, history to have a solid comparison there. For the Avalanche, their home point percentage is .596. So the elevation, while it makes for a nice thing for people like me to talk about and be like, oh, the home ice advantage, they're up in the air, it's thinner there. I in this day and age, with how well-conditioned athletes are at the professional level, I don't think that elevation has that much of an effect on the teams as you might think. And the teams and the coaching staffs are more prepared for the elevation so that the line shifts are shorter. They can get their guys in and out faster. And so it might have been a nice story 10, 15 years ago, but nowadays, not even 10, 15 years ago, maybe 30 years ago now. But nowadays, I don't think elevation has that much to do with anything when it comes to professional sports. But it makes for a nice talking point when the gameplay slows down and you need to fill the airtime with something. All right, but what will Utah hang their hat on? What is the team identity? Obviously, you have the Devils, where throughout their history, it's all about ground and pound. The Scott Stevens, big hits, Marty Brodeur in net. Then you had the Colorado Avalanche with their big three, Forsberg, Sakic, and Waugh for a long time. And then with the Penguins, it was Crosby and Evgeny Malkin doing their thing. And Washington, it's Alex Ovechkin and how you build around that sort of player who is fearless. For the Utah Mammoth, for right now, it's youth and speed. The pace of play is really exciting. If you go through like the highlights of the games from last season for the Utah Hockey Club, a lot of the comments were, wow, this team's really fun to watch, win or lose. And it's true. Win or lose, the team's fun to watch, unless it's a beatdown like 6-1 against the Blues to close out the season. The style of play is just fast for the Utah Hockey Club. The defense needs to get a little bit better, but that will come with John Marino, Sean Dursey, and all those guys coming back and being healthy for the whole season, knock on wood. But overall, I think it's speed and it's youth. That will obviously change here in a couple of years. We need to remove that youth banner and start to make some moves. But right now, it's just the speed at which they play and the offense and just the team overall being a super fun watch for both fans, new fans, which a lot of us are, and veterans of watching the game. I think is just bringing to the fore how much fun watching Utah Mammoth play is. Watching, Clayton Keller and Dylan Gunther just blitzing up the ice with Sergey behind them, kind of being like the parent watching over everything, make sure everything is going okay. That's what I thought looking at Sergachev for a lot of the games last year. And just watching the team overall just get more comfortable playing with each other during the year and just getting faster and faster and faster as the year went along. I think that's the identity for the Utah Mammoth. But please let me know if I'm wrong or what you think is the identity for the team, because we're still early on. We don't know yet. We're still kind of feeling that out. I'd love to hear your opinion as well. All right. And then fan culture. When I went to the games, it was always loud, whether it was a big loss like against the Red Wings or it was a really highly competitive close game like the others I went to, for example, like the Maple Leafs game, the Lightning game, as well as the Winnipeg Jets game. So it was loud. The chant of "Let's go Utah" just popping up out of nowhere with the Jazz Bear banging on his drum. That was really fun. Seeing the veggies with their broccoli hats or masks or whatever you want to call it, headgear, celebrating Karel Vejmelka in goal. All of that is really making a great fan experience for everyone, and that's just hockey as a whole. When I was going to those games, you could tell that there were people new to hockey, but the veterans, like the people who know what they're doing, know what they're talking about, they were talking to those people, just being like, yeah, okay, cool. So this is why that was really exciting. Obviously, you can get that feel just with the crowd itself reacting, and everybody can know it's a big thing. Obviously, a goal is a big deal, right? But when the crowd starts booing, a lot of people, not a lot of people, but there were enough people kind of looking to the side and being like, why is everybody booing? And the veterans were more than happy just to explain it. They weren't like shoving them off like I've seen in other sports where it's like, you don't know that? Get away from me. That's not hockey. And I think with the Utah Mammoth, there's going to be a lot of new fans, and that's what I've seen. So the fan culture and the fan identity is inclusive. It was really refreshing to see. What I was worried about when the season started was that there would be a lot of gatekeeping, that there would be a lot of people just being like, how do you not know this and you're coming to a game? I didn't see that. I didn't see anybody really be rude. And I sat in a bunch of different spots across the arena during the season, and it was really fun to watch. And I think the identity is just all inclusiveness, at least for now, because we need to grow the fan base. So being inclusive, not talking down to people, not gatekeeping, I think that is the culture for the fans right now as we move forward with this brand new team. And that's something that I kind of want to keep alive. Never let that die. So that's the Utah Mammoth update today, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next one.